What is going on with the X-Men right now? And as Harvey Dent said, things have to get bad before they can get better. Or something like that. How you doing, my friends? I'm the Jovenshire. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, because if you like this video, I guarantee you're gonna like the other stuff we do here on the channel. And if you are already a subscriber, please hit those notifications, because YouTube is broken and doesn't like to tell people when people upload their videos. This week, we got a new trailer for the next X-Men movie, Dark Phoenix. Now, this is the fourth movie in the Days of Future Past storyline. I guess it would be the First Class storyline, because that's where it all started. Anyways, I was a big fan of the first movie, liked the second movie, Apocalypse, I didn't hate, and then I found out we were getting the Dark Phoenix story, and I was like, what, why? But of course, I'm a positive guy. So I thought, maybe I'll give this movie a chance, we'll wait till we see more, and we'll see if it'll be something great. Then I saw the trailer, and let me tell you, what? Maybe I have the unpopular opinion here, because a lot of people are excited for this. I'm seeing a lot of positive things in reviews. I'm going to break down why I think that this is a really bad move for the X-Men movies, and why I actually don't think it's going to do very well in the theaters. It has been announced that Kevin Feige will be overseeing whatever happens with the Fantastic Four and the X-Men in the Disney acquisition of Fox. I want to stay focused on the X-Men here, and we know that because Kevin Feige is going to be taking over, that there's going to be a reboot of sorts, or that this will all kind of eventually intermingle into the MCU. And I really don't think that they're going to keep everything as it is right now. I don't think they'll keep the same cast. I don't think they'll keep everyone in the same age range. I think they're going to just start things over, because why wouldn't they? If you have the chance to tell your own story, why wouldn't you? Now that that information is out there, we have Dark Phoenix coming out in 2019 and New Mutants. Now, there was a lot of money spent on reshoots for New Mutants, and then there was interviews with cast saying, this is the movie that we signed up to do, so we're super excited that this is now happening. But at the end of the day, we as fans, we're still getting a horror movie, X-Men mutant movie. It's a story that everyone's kind of like, wait, what? Why are we getting that? Okay. And then, yes, we're getting another movie with the Dark Phoenix saga, but at the same time, when all of these movies aren't tying into what's happening with the MC universe, it makes us beg the question, like, do we actually care? Are we gonna see this movie? I think Solo, Star Wars story, is a really good example of what some studios need to look out for when they're putting out movies that fans might not care that much about. Now, personally, I love Solo. It is, in fact, my #1 favorite Star Wars movie. Yes, that is my unpopular opinion, and I don't care what you have to say. Fox is still putting out these X-Men movies that aren't really tying into anything, and when there is just so many superhero movies, it makes us ask the question, like, do we need to go to the theater and spend money to see this? That's not always gonna be the case. And then don't even get me started on the Gambit news, where that is officially going into production in February of 2019, and it has the tone of a sex comedy. Don't get me wrong, I love a good sex comedy or coming of age comedy as much as the next person, and especially with Channing Tatum. I think that's awesome. Like 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street, I thought those were really good movies, and I thought that he added a lot to it. I'm a Channing Tatum fan, but at the same time, this is a standalone movie that isn't going to tie into the Marvel Universe. Unless it does tie into the Marvel Universe, then I think it'd be really interesting to see Channing Tatum standing next to, I don't know, Tom Holland is Spider-Man and he's Gambit. That's weird. That's weird for my brain to kind of take in. As of right now, all of these movies are just being pushed out by Fox, and there might be some Disney overseeing it. Maybe. I don't know that part. But as of right now, they don't connect. Now, when I do stories like this, of course, in about 2 hours, a new story is going to come out that says, everything in the X-Men universe ties into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Who knows? Now, here is my big issue with the Dark Phoenix movie. Now, this is a huge storyline for X-Men fans. This was huge in the 90s with the animated series. We all saw this as kids and we were like, what? We don't understand what's going on here, and it's still awesome. And then when we saw the X-Men movies, like the first trilogy of X-Men movies, and it all came to like the Jean Grey becoming the Phoenix and then Logan having to kill her, that was a big moment. Like, even if you don't like The Last Stand, that was a story that took 3 movies to get there. The first movie to kind of establish all the characters and relationships, the second story to make Jean Grey look like the martyr, the hero that saves everyone, and then you see the Phoenix in the water and you're like, oh my god, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do the story. Now, when I watch this trailer for Dark Phoenix, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't care, because I don't think you've earned this move yet. We just got introduced to Jean Grey in Apocalypse, and even then that was kind of like, meh? But what I'm saying is, if we need to now jump into this emotional roller coaster that's supposed to be the Dark Phoenix saga and be like, oh, I really care about this Jean Grey character, and that is why it's such a big deal that she turns into a bad guy and starts killing everyone, we aren't going to have that emotional investment yet. It's just like, hey, you guys know this story already, right? Well, guess what? She's the bad guy now. And the fact that it's just kind of retelling the whole story from that we saw in Last Stand, where Xavier finds her as a little girl and tries to protect her from herself. Like, we already saw that. It was already done the same exact way. And then I have to rewatch some of these movies, but doesn't this like throw off the timeline a little bit? Because doesn't Xavier find Jean Grey in a different way, or when she's not a little child? I've been a fan of the movies up to this point, so I should still like this movie, but I don't feel like this movie has earned this giant transformation of a character that I don't think we care about yet. Yes, Jean Grey was kind of like the reason they won at the end of Apocalypse, and that was our tease into Phoenix, and I remember seeing that in theaters and being like, oh no, don't do this to us yet. Like, establish the character first. It's just storytelling 101. Establish a character, make you love the character, and then you make them a bad guy, and it throws your emotions up in whack. But now I want to talk to you guys in the comments below. Let's discuss what's going on here. I want to know from you guys that if the X-Men franchise is about to get reboot again, do you need to see this Dark Phoenix story play out? Because I can guarantee Marvel will probably do it in 10 years. Do you think that we should be getting the Dark Phoenix story already from Sophie Turner's Jean Grey that hasn't really been established as a character yet? That's why I love making these videos, so I get the chance to talk to you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. As I said before, I'm the Jovenshire, so if you aren't already, please follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I talk about stories, or I'll do mini videos on stuff that I can't make a full video for. And at the end of the day, please subscribe to this channel because it's how I pay for my rent. So thank you so very much. Till the next time, guys, I'll see you later.